Developmental disabilities are a group of conditions that affect an individual's physical, intellectual, social, and emotional development. These disabilities typically manifest during early childhood and can have lifelong effects. Some common developmental disabilities include intellectual disability. Intellectual disabilities are characterized by limitations in intellectual functioning and adaptive behavior. Individuals with intellectual disabilities may have difficulty with reasoning, problem-solving, and learning. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD. ASD is a complex developmental disorder that affects social interaction, communication, and behavior. It is characterized by a range of symptoms from mild to severe and may include difficulties with social relationships and repetitive behaviors. Down syndrome. Down syndrome is a genetic disorder caused by the presence of an extra copy of chromosome 21. It results in intellectual and developmental delays, as well as distinctive physical features. Cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy is a group of disorders that affect movement and posture. It is caused by damage to the developing brain, typically before or during birth. Individuals with cerebral palsy may have difficulties with motor skills. Fetal alcohol spectrum disorders, FASDs. FASDs are a group of conditions caused by prenatal exposure to alcohol. These disorders can lead to a range of developmental and cognitive impairments. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects an individual's ability to focus, control impulses, and regulate their activity level. It often starts in childhood and can persist into adulthood. Specific learning disabilities. Learning disabilities such as dyslexia or dyscalculia are conditions that affect a person's ability to acquire and use specific academic skills like reading or math. 8. Speech and language disorders. Speech and language disorders can impact an individual's ability to communicate effectively. These disorders may involve difficulty with speech, sound production, language comprehension, or expressive language. Sensory processing disorder. Sensory processing disorder involves challenges with processing and responding to sensory information from the environment. It can affect an individual's ability to regulate responses to sensory stimuli. Rett syndrome. Rett syndrome is a rare genetic disorder that primarily affects females. It results in severe physical and cognitive impairments, loss of motor skills, and a regression of language and social abilities. Prader-Willi syndrome. Prader-Willi syndrome is a genetic disorder that leads to intellectual disability, hyperphagia, excessive eating, and behavioral issues. These are just a few examples of developmental disabilities, and there are many other conditions that can affect an individual's development and quality of life. It's important to recognize that individuals with developmental disabilities can lead fulfilling lives with the right support, interventions, and understanding from their families, caregivers, and communities.